was about 15 degrees this morning, and supposedly the temperature is going to go up, and I believe it because the sun is out. But not much sign of spring here. But winter is running out. We are running out of winter. I like that thought. We are running out of winter. Wow. All right. Well, it is time for the Sunday message. It is Sunday, the 12th of March, 2023. Wow. How did we get like halfway through March already? Things are moving fast, people. Moving. Cowabunga Shazam. Let's get into it. We got some new stuff here this week, and just looking back on the past week, it's been a whirlwind. Holy guacamole. So I got something to show you. Let me flip the camera. This is for my friend Lori, who is a big fan of the duck. There they are, the little cheapers. So today's theme in the Sunday message is basically the power of your mind, the power of focusing your mind on the things you want. Now, this is a whole can of worms. This is a big subject. This is a huge topic, but I've got to talk about it. I've got to talk about it because everything we see in our lives, everything, is the result of our thoughts. So our thoughts, the things we think about ourselves, the things we think about other people, the things we think about the world, these dominant thoughts, the dominant thoughts of our mind, will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical manifestations. This is directly from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And this was a powerful lesson when I first started trying to understand why nothing seemed to work for me. And partly is because I have a very low tolerance for frustration. Unknowingly, I'm somewhere on the Asperger's spectrum, and that was never diagnosed. And like when stuff doesn't go right, little Mark gets really frustrated and wants to have a temper tantrum because he can't handle it, right? It blows his circuits. So in my search for, other people don't seem to have the same problems I have. Like, what's going on? I realized that the dominant thoughts of my mind were creating a certain reality. And it wasn't all bad, but the obsession to become a singer-songwriter, to be able to write songs that people actually valued and heard, applauded, maybe paid a ticket to come to see, that eluded me because I could not handle the rejection. I could not handle, I was such a mess in the beginning that if somebody got up and left, maybe they went to the bathroom. Maybe the babysitter called and said, hey, I have a question, blah, blah, blah. Someone getting up and leaving a concert that I was doing, and this was when I was doing small coffee houses. So, if anybody got up and left, you knew it because it was small. I would think that there was something wrong with me or that my music wasn't good enough or, and knowing this now, those are classic signs of a narcissist. And what singer-songwriter isn't a narcissist, right? But over the years, working on my stuff, working on the thoughts that I think has made all the difference in my life. Whether it be the difference between being exuberant and joyful and being just miserable. And I have been both. I have been manic and I have been depressed. I have been depressed and I have been manic. And sometimes I've just focused my mind on what it would be like to just be in the middle, to just have a steady, slow burn that just devoured the miles and got me to my destination, right? And so the idea that we can change our reality with our thoughts begins to take root. I don't know where it might be taking root in your mind, but the idea is The thoughts you think in your mind eventually manifest themselves in outward physical reality. So if you are constantly thinking about how unfair it is, or how people don't like you, or how you're this or that, or not this enough, or not that enough, if you're constantly thinking about that, well, guess what? That's what you'll manifest. But if you take a little suggestion from me, because I use this every day, like I literally say this when I grind my coffee, and I call it a witty wob to sippy. Like, I was grinding my coffee. Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? That's how long I grind my coffee, right? When I'm watering a plant, I'll go, why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? Why does it work out as long as I'm watering? Like, and I'll try to do each plant the same number of witty wob to sippies. Like, instead of counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I started counting 1, why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? 2, why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? And I do that because my default mental program is to think of how bad everything is, and how nothing I do ever works, and how, what's the point? I'm just going to die anyway. I mean, that's my default program, people. It's not pretty in here. And it takes discipline and persistence and obsessive compulsive distinction, as I like to call it, to change the neural pathways that you may have grown up unconsciously laying down, right? So every day I have a choice. Every day I have a choice to berate myself for doing all the dumb stuff that I'm doing. Like, only an idiot would try to start a farm, a church, and record 500 songs at the same time. Like, what sense is there in that, Mark? Just focus on one thing, right? But my mind sees them as one. It is one thing, and it's one thing that keeps me sane, that keeps me physically fit, that makes a difference in my life, that is helping me to stay healthy, and gives me a why and a purpose and something to collaborate with my dad and with other people on. It's so huge. And this is the predominant thought of my mind every day when I wake up. Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? And I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you out there. The 3 of you who watch these. And if you do watch these, I would really love to hear from you in the comments below. It means so much to me. I have 2 people that comment every week, and it is something I look forward to. Like, I just love it, and it keeps me going. And I'm like the little engine that could, or Mike Mulligan on the steam shovel. If I knew there were more people, it would be easier for me to continue to stay positive and focus on, yes, this is something that I have a big vision and I'm doing it, and people are going, yeah, that makes sense for me. I want to be a part of that, right? That is what I'm holding in my mind every single day. So what are your thoughts? What are the dominant thoughts of your mind? If they're about how other people are mean to you, if they're about how unfair the world is, if they're about how the government is corrupt, what is it that you think about all the time? And how can you flip that into some kind of empowering, positive feedback loop instead? Because I'm a fan of reality. And a lot of times the reality we spin in our minds is far, far worse than the reality that we're actually living in. And that's what I wish for you, is to live in the amazing reality that we can all create together. Because together we can change the world. But here's the deal. Please also be aware, and this is for me. I do these for me, by the way, and if it helps you, great. Please be aware we are running out of time. There is no time to waste. It is already March 12th. It is already 2023. Someday I will watch this and I'll go, wow, if only he knew what was coming, right? If only he knew how good it was gonna be. If only he had faith enough to believe in his own future. What miracles could he have done even more of, right? What could he have done even better? So talk to your future self, and future self come back and talk to you and remind yourself that you have it pretty good. You probably have hot and cold running water. You probably have salt on your table. You didn't have to mine it yourself. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that it's all perfect and that perhaps you don't know the big picture. Focus your mind on that all day, every day. Focus your mind today on why things are actually better than you can possibly imagine. And just maybe they will continue to get better. And even if it doesn't look like that at the time, you do not know what is in your best interest, said the Course in Miracles, and it just sticks with me. You do not know what's in your best interest. Follow the thread. If you are being called to do something that all your relatives and maybe even you sometimes think is crazy, maybe you should focus your mind on how that's possible and how it's a gift from God, how it's a call from Spirit. That's what I'm saying today. I'm being called by Spirit, and sometimes I don't want to go. Sometimes I want to just stay in bed another hour. We have changed the time to daylight savings, so I'm feeling a little lack of sleep here. But people, let's send out some prayers. Let's send out some prayers. Focus your mind on the people you love, being healthy and well, wealthy and wise. Focus your mind on your local community thriving. Focus your mind on maybe, just maybe, the financial system being replaced by something better that works for everybody. Focus your mind on health, universal health, not universal health care. Focus your mind on the idea that what if the majority of the population began to take their health seriously and take responsibility for their health? Focus your mind on good people working in the government, honest people working for the government. Focus your mind on the fact that we had a pandemic and we did not have people starving in the streets. Focus your mind on the fact that voices are being raised questioning all kinds of things that people have just been led to believe are true. We have fact checkers. We have people challenging the liars. We have truth coming through. Let's send out our prayers to those people, the brave people, the courageous people who are doing what they are being called to do. And I hope that's you, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen. That is the Sunday message this week. Now, I have a song for you that I've been working on. Last week I played it for you, but I've added the bass and I've added what I think is some kind of smoky, brawny electric guitar. And I have a harmony that I'm going to put on before it's done. But it feels like it's getting to be done. And now I have to go take care of my animals. And so I will take some video of those to play you after the song. So while you're listening to the song, I'm going to go do my chores. And then I will get this out to you today. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen.
We are running.
plastic rainbows, plastic rainbows, and there's only time for freedom, and there's only time for freedom, and there's only time for freedom, and there's only time for freedom. I will see you on the inside. I will see you on the inside. I will see you on the inside. We are running out of reasons to delay our transformation. Transformation. We are running out of excuses for our abuses and our lives to ourselves. We are running. We are running. We are running out of time. 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 And there's only time for freedom, 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 and there's only time for freedom. I'm here at the Pigs, and the thing as I was driving, I was thinking about Out of Time, the song, is ultimately not about, hey, we're out of time. It's all ultimately about seeking freedom instead of seeking monetary gain, instead of seeking the perfect romantic partner, instead of seeking all the things that we have been taught to focus our minds on, to seek in life. What if we focused on freedom? And I'm not talking about nationalistic freedom, rah, rah. I'm talking about freedom from attachment, freedom to do what you came here to do, the ability to control your own day, your own time, the things you do, to be able to do more of what you feel called to do and less of what you feel other people demand of you, unless part of your seeking freedom is to change how you think about everything so that everything you do is a prayer. What if everything you do is worship? What if everything you do, every interaction you have with another human being, with an animal, with the planet, with a pet, with dirty dishes, what if every action was the action of a human being focusing on freedom, focusing on freedom? That's key to the cage, people. The thoughts you think are the key to the cage, and you are never, ever too old to change your mind and change the thoughts you think. Focus your mind on the dominant thoughts you've been thinking, and then change them into something that you desire, that you long for, that is hopeful and positive and healthy and happy. You have that power, the power to seek your own freedom. Well, look at this. Look at this. Somebody got into the inner circle finally. The boys got on the inner circle. See, they focused their mind on what they wanted. All right, kids, let's check your food. All right, pigs are done for the morning, and I thought about pigs for a long time. The dominant thoughts of your mind eventually, played over and over again, will lead to definitive action. So, if you're thinking horrible thoughts all the time, eventually it will lead you to horrible conclusions. So, challenge yourself to think the kinds of thoughts that lead you to the light. All right? Now I got to go check on the cows and the sheep and the dogs. Boom. Man, the snow is so sparkly. It is so sparkly today. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's sparkly. Yeah, you can see it. Look at that. Sparkly. Sparkly. Focusing on keeping my footing. Okay, it's time to get some water in these jugs. And so that's next. Focus your mind on the things that lead you where you want to go. Focus your mind on the feelings in your body of health and wellness, strength, energy. Focus your mind on how many people love you and how many people you love. Focus your mind. Focus your mind. Man, they really like this mineral. I'm just taking a little. Oh, hello, Luna. How's my Luna? How's my Luna? Yes. Yes. Hey, hey. When you ever come to me, yes, you get treats. Spike. Come here, buddy. Come. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Right over here, baby. Come on, bud. Right here. Oh, good boy. Good boy, Sit. Oh, good boy. Corey's away this weekend, so I'm doing the bales, and he set them all up with the tractor, and so we can roll them out. And I have to have two hands to do that, so I'll talk to you on the other side. The ravens. We have a nest of ravens. Spike, sit. Sit, my good boy. Go on, sit. Sit. Good boy. Okay. Yes, good boy. Okay, there you go. Yes. Very good boy. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate that. Yes. So good boy. And here's your dinner. There you go. Okay. Come on, Luna. Come on, babe. And so, about 10 years ago, I started focusing my mind on creating exactly what you've seen today. Animals treated well, animals that we are raising for food, and hopefully doing some small piece, some small part to bring the world to a healthier place regarding our food, regarding how we raise animals, regarding how we interact with the land, with the microorganisms in the soil. And it started with a thought. It started with a series of thoughts. It started with patterns of thinking that have taken perhaps 45, 50 years to actually begin to develop strong neural pathways in my being. And I hope you, my friend, whatever age you are, you might be in your 90s, you might be in your 60s, 80s, 70s, 40s, 30s, 20s, whatever age you're in, focus your mind on where you're going. Focus your mind on what you'll see when you look back on a life well lived. That's it for today. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen. Leave a comment below. Please subscribe, please. Come on. Join me on this journey. All right? Okay. Love you. Bye. Every journey begins with leaving your driveway. It's all about heading home. Ultimately, we're all headed home. Time to go home.